welcome to RYC virtual vocal class. My name is Mr. Harris, and these are some of my vocalists who are going to help us get through today's lesson. This lesson is going to be about maybe 10, 12, 15 minutes long, and then at the end of it, you can test yourself by asking the 10 questions that are below in the PDF. Well, let's get started. So here's the first thing we want to make sure that all vocalists understand, and that's voice placement. So right now, we were just doing an exercise, and we were actually in our full voice. But I like to talk about 3 voice placements today. One is falsetto. One is the mask, or it's called the head voice. And the last one is the diaphragm. All right? So let's start with the falsetto. A lot of times when I'm directing a chorus or a choir, I'll do this, which means to sing from your falsetto sound. It's a real fake, soft sound. All right? Ah, it's my falsetto voice, or ah. It's a real soft sound. Usually when we're washing the dishes and we're walking around, we're singing a song, most of us sing often in our falsetto. So can we all just get a nice falsetto sound? Ah, and ah. This was a little bit higher. Beautiful. Falsettos are very often used in very high notes, right? And also low, low. Also very, very low notes, right? So that's the falsetto sound, right? That's one placement, right? The next placement, which is probably the easiest of them all, is the mask, right? That's your speaking voice. Right, so right now I'm talking, singing, right? I went from talking, which is short notes, to singing. So it's right out of your face, right? But you just want to give it a better tone, right? So can we do some mask sounds, all right? And la, nice, la. Beautiful. La. Not tough at all, right? So that's our mask, or whoever you're working with may also call it your head voice because it's coming right out of your face, right? Your mask or your head voice. The last one is a little bit difficult, right? It takes a little bit of training for some of us, right? So it's called the full voice, right? It comes from out of your diaphragm. So this is your diaphragm area here. So normally, if I stand straight, when we breathe throughout the day, we breathe through what? Air comes in through our nose or through our mouths, and the air goes into what? Right, it goes into our lungs. So we fill up our lung cavity. So if I do that, it looks like this. So you'll see my chest kind of come out a little bit. You'll see my shoulders kind of rise as well, right? Diaphragm puts the air, when you sing from your diaphragm, it puts the air in a different place, right? So now I'm going to turn to the side so you can kind of see, right? I'm going to bring the air in through my nose. And very often, we don't want to breathe in through our mouths. We hear singers do that very often. And it's cool if you're trying to get a different effect, like while you're singing. However, it's going to dry out your vocal cords, right? So try to bring the air in through your nose. So if I turn to the side, here we go, nice little 6-pack. All right, you just can't see it, it's in there. It's a 6-pack in there, right? All right. Now I'm going to turn into, I'm going to breathe that air in and go, ah. So I went from a 6-pack to like a 2-liter, just that fast, right? So I got this big belly here. That's full of air. That's not burgers. That's actually full of air. You know what? I'm still breathing because I'm bringing short breaths into my lungs. I'm going to let this air out. Ah. So that, that's your diaphragm. That's where you want to bring that big, earthy, fat tone from that you can't get from, That's the big sound, right? The big notes. It also saves your vocal cords when you sing from that. So let's now get some full voice sounds. And full voice and la. Good. Nice. La. Great. Take those breaths. La. Not bad. La. Cool. Cool. So I want you guys to practice this at home. All right. So we talked about 3 placements so far. We have what? This is called the right falsetto. This is called the good mask or head voice, and the last one is called the right. It's called the diaphragm. All right. So there's one last thing I want to do to help you get this one. This one's tough. So try to find a mirror at home and look in the mirror, and you can see, number one, if your shoulders are going up. But if you turn to the side, you can see if your stomach is coming out when you feel the air. Last exercise you can do to get the diaphragm, because we said this is the tough one. This is the hardest one to get. So make believe my hand is a mirror, right? A mirror. I look, see how my hair is? All right. Why y'all laughing? I'm just checking to see if my hair is right. All right. So my hair is good. So that's not why I want to use this. Now, when I was a child, we had a mirror in the hallway of the house, and we would blow into the mirror, fog it up, and then write our name. Right? So when you do that, you don't do this. That's not going to do nothing. Right? We're going to go, and when you do that, then you're like, you draw all kind of stuff on it, right? And your mom gets mad, makes you watch the mirror. So I want you to do that. So take your hand. We can all try that. All right? Turn it sideways so they can all see you. Very good. You guys all turned at the same time. That was amazing. I'm going to stand here where we can see demeanor. All right? And I want you to count of 3. Take a big breath in. Fill up your diaphragm, and then fog up your mirror. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Fog it up even more. All right? Take the air in on 3, then let it out. 1, 2, 3. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out. Now, I was looking. You saw Jessica started to do it. This is what I was looking for. She went like this. She said, because if I said fog it up a lot, you might do this. Because what you're doing is getting all of that air out. So you'll see your body even keel over, right? So one more time. Fog that mirror up, because you got to write an essay on the mirror. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and... Very good. This time, we're going to let out a sigh, a sound, right? So it'll be like this. All right, let's try that. 1, and pick any note, guys, you want to choose, right? 1, 2, 3. So singing from your full voice, from your diaphragm, these are great exercises. Can you guys turn back around for me? All right. I like for us to demonstrate now putting it into a song. So let's use the song You Are So Beautiful. Who's going to do falsetto for me? All right, great. So you're going to do falsetto. And I want you to sing. I'm going to play really soft. Just a beginning part in your diaphragm. 1, 2, ready, and...
You are so beautiful to me.
Good. Nice, sweet, really soft. That's our falsetto voice. Who wants to try it in our mask? All right, so Jessica, I'm gonna give you this key. And in our mask.
You are so beautiful to me.
Nice. You hear the difference? Right? One is a very soft, thin sound. One is a little bit more meatier because it's coming from here. Can you give us that strong, full voice sound? And we'll give you this key. All right, key bell. And
You are so beautiful to me.
cool. So here's what makes it so often. You say, man, I didn't realize there was all this stuff to singing. So one of the things we're hoping that we're going to change here is change how you listen to music. So when you hear your favorite song now, you should ask yourself, is she singing or is he singing from falsetto? Is that mask? Is that full voice? The beauty of having all 3 is that it colors the music. So instead of singing one song in falsetto all the way through, there are people who do it, and it's not a bad thing, but it ain't a great thing. If you sing a song all the way through in your mask, it's not a bad thing, but it ain't a great thing. Same thing, if you sing a song all the way through in your full voice, it's not a bad thing. It's not a great thing. We like color. Even in conversation, we don't want to be monotone. We want to add color. And so that's what voice placement does for us. All right. So I hope you enjoyed your first lesson. Turn off the video, and now you got to do the work. And the work is that now you have to practice. All right. So it was fun. And that's Vocal 1. And thank you guys for joining us. And I'll see you guys for Vocal 2. Ciao.